the final mention of this music side of it is talk about variety. Now, tell them a little bit about this silent movie project you've been part of for over a decade.
Yeah, what is it? It's like maybe 14 years or something, which is one of my longest running gigs. And one of the most odd. It's called the Mont Alto Motion Picture Orchestra. And Rodney Sauer is a pianist that lives in Louisville, Colorado. Not Louisville, Louisville, Colorado. And he he started this group, I think 20 some years ago. And so it's him and the clarinet player Brian Collins they're the two founding members of it. It's just a quintet. So it's violin, cello, yes, quintet 5, violin, cello, clarinet, and piano. And so speak of weird, like I was going to say that about the 11th too. That's so interesting. It's like when you have a bigger group like that, and with the Boulder Brass, you have an opportunity to have different instrumentation in there that kind of, bridges that gap of like, it seems like there's a little bit of a hole even that a third trumpet player can't do or something. So it's like, that's flugelhorn or whatever. The weird instrumentation with this, it seems super weird. 1 brass instrument with Mont Alto, 1 woodwind, 2 string players, and then piano. Oddly, it works great. And so we play the real, authentic, original music from that time period, which is 1910s and 1920s for all the silent movies back then. And there was just this huge library, and Rodney somehow got into it, like 25 years ago or something, and started collecting this music. And so we play, it's usually written for big orchestras, because there used to be like in LA, the big orchestras would be playing the silent movies in theaters. Like that was their gig. So they would play like 2 or 3 movies a week. It was different music. They got to put their own score together, but it would be like a 75-piece orchestra doing it. Some places, most often, it was just a pianist, and he was doing a lot of improvising. But a lot of times it was 3 to 4 to 5 people. And so we're playing the original stuff, but then we're like just playing a bunch of cues. So I'm playing horn cues and bassoon cues, and then all the trumpet stuff. Clarinet's playing flute cues sometimes, violins playing flute cues, so that it all kind of like, it fills in the gaps of like, if there's a hole or who has the melody or whatever.
Yeah, it's very dense, right? There's a lot of, it's a high level group of musicians because the music is demanding it. And so I want to hear you say a few more things about it, but let's just play a little clip here so people can refresh their, it'll definitely jog your memory, because this is kind of this old school thing, but when you get inside it, it's really beautiful music, and the movies are quite good. Here's a little clip. It's just a clip from Mothers of Men, an old silent movie being performed by the Mont Alto Motion Picture Orchestra. My name is Dawn Kramer. This is Sonic Tonic Experience, and our guest this week is my sister Dawn Kramer, professional trumpet player. She's the trumpet that you heard in that music there, and this is just a very unique gig that she's been playing for 14 years. And so tell us a little bit about not necessarily the music, but these unique cast of characters.
Yes, it's I'm fortunate to know a lot of crazy fun people.
Yeah,
tend to be that way, but this group in particular really kind of takes the cake, because it's not only some of the best music. I mean, the actual music that I'm playing is great, but the musicians are so good and so at the top of their game. When, Britt Swenson is the violinist, and it doesn't get much better than that, if at all. She went to Juilliard, and fortunately she landed here in Colorado. So she's one of my very best friends and just a great violinist and great person. But she is also a comedian. And so she has one woman shows. She actually did stand up for a while. She was part of the Groundlings in LA. She's had quite a variety of experiences as well, but she's one of the funniest and strangest people, and anyone that knows her knows exactly what I'm talking about. She speaks with all these different accents, and so when we're rehearsing, we'll go from like just beautiful music, and then we stop playing, and then all of a sudden it's just chaos. Like, everyone's laughing, she's doing something crazy, and then Rodney is also one of the wittiest and most intelligent people I've ever met. So he always has something funny to say, and it's unlike any other rehearsal situation that you can imagine, because it's professional, but it's not like rigid. It's like we get our stuff done, but then it's like we always take a break during our rehearsals, like halfway through, and somebody brings a snack. That's one of the big things, is like, and I like to bake, Rodney likes to bake, actually all of us. I think Brian isn't as big of a baker, but he always brings something too. And so we have a snack and like just sit around and chat and maybe talk about an upcoming gig. But it's a lot of silliness and great music. And so it's like pretty much every time I walk away from that situation, I'm just excited and happy.
Yeah, and I can attest to that because I've been fortunate to be invited to play trombone on some of these special movies that they needed more crazy sounds and stuff, and the trombone gives it that. Yeah, sometimes I know that Dawn and me have been crying from laughter and cannot play. We're supposed to be playing in the rehearsal, but we're just dying laughing. Anyway, that's what I think life and music is all about.
Yes.
And so let's play a little clip of this really cool segment of a movie. What was the movie called?
Why Be Good?
Why Be Good? Yes, and there's a little lighter thing. There's some jazz stuff in it. So Rodney invited me to be part of it, and we did several shows, including at the Telluride Film Festival, which happened a couple years ago. Mont Alto goes there every other year, and they've done all these great things for TCM and in New York City at Lincoln Center. And so go check out Mont Alto. They're a serious entity. But this little segment here that we're going to end the music with was called Sweet Adeline, and it's a scene where there's two guys and they're drunk and they're talking, but then we're playing our trumpet and trombone with plunger mutes, and it lets it kind of ensue to this hilarious thing. And the laughing you hear is the actual audience at one of the performances. So check this out. That stuff is fun. Thank you, Rodney, for inviting me to be part of it. And I always have loved the plunger thing, and so then I just wrote a tune about for the Fat Tuesday kind of celebration that happens every year in New Orleans, and Dawn and I just went down there with some of our family and my girlfriend and stuff, and for the Jazz Education Network conference that happened, and sort of inspired me to write a little ditty in the New Orleans second, kind of street beat sort of thing. So here's Dawn and I playing some trumpet over modern electro funk New Orleansy music. This is called Fat Tuesday.
Check, check. No love, Mardi Gras, I can't help but party, y'all. Laissez-faire, throw up your hands in the air. Dance and romance, love at first glance. This is your last chance, ribbon to South France. Culture, fine cuisine. MC pause, electro horns be the team. We celebrate, elevate, never ever hesitate. Put it in your soul, DJ to the
That's Fat Tuesday. You can check all that stuff out at my new group featuring 4 live brass players with my Ableton rig. It's really exciting, fun stuff. So happy Dawn's here with us today, sharing her insight on being a freelance trumpet player.